So on a better way of tracking my Instagram video analytics, and currently I just go into the app, look up the analytics, and then copy it into a spreadsheet. But I want a better way of both collecting as well as processing and displaying the information that I gather. We briefly touched on this in one of the past videos, but I wanted to take a deeper look, and so I asked ChatGPT to give me a system design overview of what we might build. So it broke it down into 6 different sections. We have the data source, the data ingestion service, the analytics processing service, the processed metrics store, the API layer, and the dashboard. So it looks like there's 3 different options for the data collection layer, and option 1 is Instagram GraphQL API, and we know based on last video that we got access to this and it's definitely going to be good enough. Option 2 is writing a web scraper, and in my experience, writing a web scraper is often very fragile and error prone, so I'd rather not do that if I don't have to. Option 3 is using third-party tools. For the ingestion layer, we want some sort of updater, scheduler that updates every time period, whether it's hourly or daily, to get the latest metrics and store them in our data store. It looks like it's saying to create a JSON schema for each post and then push those to some data store like S3. I guess an alternate option would be just to publish to database directly instead of some S3 store that you would have to refine afterwards. For analytics processing, it looks like it's saying Python, Node.js, or Java, whatever you prefer. And then it says store the metrics in a database, like a time series database. We're not going to have that many metrics, so I don't think a time series database is absolutely necessary. For the API layer, you could use REST or GraphQL. Yep. And then for the dashboard UI, there's the React Next.js option, there's Metabase or Superset, and then Streamlit or Dash. I think definitely something that's industry standard is the React Next.js combo with Tailwind and Chart.js. I've used that in the past. So for hosting options, we have to find all these different hosting options for the different layers. And I could run this in the cloud, but I don't really want to worry about free tiers or having to pay for it or managing infrastructure right now. So I think we can design this in a way where everything's a Docker container and we can just run this locally. I have a computer that's always connected to the internet, so I could just run it there. If we eventually get there, we could just upload everything to the cloud and then run it there. I think it did pretty well. It's pretty modular and it's pretty close to what I would do myself. And now I'm wondering, does a tool like this exist already, or do I have to build this myself? Because I feel like this is a problem that a lot of people have. Anyways, it couldn't hurt to get some practice in some of these areas, and it looks like we could build this in a future video. I'll see you next time. Peace.